of Optiven, which is a real estate company. He's an entrepreneur, an author, and a motivational speaker as well. George, thank you so much for joining us on the Business Center tonight. First of all, I'd just like to start with your entrepreneurship story, because I read that you tried about 15 businesses before you managed to get your hands on what is now a billion-shilling company.
Thank you very much, Terian. Yes, for 2 years, entrepreneurship is a journey, and the reason why I share my story is to encourage other people that you may fail today, you may fail tomorrow, you may fail the day after tomorrow, but never ever give up, because the time you give up, maybe the time we are now mining the gold. So for me, it's a long story. I've actually authored a book just to tell other entrepreneurs that today you may be having challenges, but those challenges does not mean that tomorrow you're going to face the same challenges. So yes, I feel so many times that I made businesses, some went down, some left me depressed.
Yes, I heard you also lost about 5 million.
Exactly, yes.
How did that happen?
Of course, transactions in Kenya, especially in land, not like now that the government is actually doing digitization. Before you have to do your own search, and then things were not very good. So I entered into a transaction whereby it was not very clean, and I lost the money, 5 million shillings.
And then Optiven did not actually start as a real estate company. What did it start as, and how did you eventually make the transition into real estate? Optiven
is 18 years old. The first 10 years we are doing other businesses, and the year 2008 we decided to venture into real estate, looking at the demand for affordable homes. We say that we offer 2 steps towards homeownership. So we said we can be able to offer a solution to our Kenyan people, because that 60% of our people living in urban areas, they are living in substandard houses. So for us, we say at Optiven, we can be able to offer a solution to our middle class people, lower middle class, so that we are able to enhance them to acquire their own houses, their own value-added plots. And that's why we do on day-to-day basis. And we are happy that we have seen young people yearning to invest in land, yearning to invest in that piece of land. Later on, they do construction. And Optiven, we are very excited to see Kenyan people owning their own properties, which is very good.
Okay, just tell us a little bit about that first ownership, because the biggest challenge for young people is, they say, first, land is too expensive. What is the best way for a young person to start investing in land?
One of the things that we advise young people, because Optiven is known for young people, enabling young people to acquire properties. What we tell them that alone you may not be able to do a lot, but you can get your 3 friends. Tell them, can we partner together? We co-own a property together, so that the title deed is written maybe 3 names or 4 names or 5 names, and once you co-own, you may keep that property for 5 years, or you can use it as a collateral to the bank to acquire a loan facility to do other businesses. If not that, you can be able to be acquiring every 2 years, you acquire a piece of property. And you have seen young people coming to Optiven and saying, George wants to acquire 2 plots. And for us at Optiven, we listen to our customers. We say we can be able to give young people a whole 2 years to purchase their properties. The other time we gave them about 38 months to acquire their own properties. We saw hundreds of young people come and say, George, I want to be an investor. And it was so good that we actually changed the discussion among the young people. They were saying, instead of discussing about girlfriends, they were discussing about, I am an investor, which for us is very good. And Kenya today have other real estate companies that are offering similar facilities, whereby you can be able to purchase slowly, or by slowly, or poorly. By the end of the day, you acquire your own property.
Where's the best place to buy land in Kenya today?
Right now in Kenya, because of the population increase, of course we are aware that in Kenya today we are very generous. We are giving birth to about 1.5 million people, and we are only dying only 400,000 people. So we have a net of 1.1 million people. That means our land in Kenya is small. It's about 52,000 kilometers square. The land is not increasing, yet the population is increasing. So I tell people today, because of the benefits of devolution, you can buy land anywhere in Kenya, be it Kakamega, be it Kisumu, be it Kajiado, be it Machakos, because the Kenya of tomorrow, the Kenya of 10 years, is going to be totally different organization. Look at ourselves today. We are getting visitors from left, right and center, high-level visitors. That means these people, there is something they are seeing in Kenya, and for us Kenyans, we must open our eyes and see Kenya 10 years to come, 20 years to come. And we are saying, if you are thinking of investing in land or in real estate, please don't say Namaga is far. Don't say Kisumu is far. There's no land is far. And I tell many people, I encourage them, the time to invest in real estate, the time to invest in land is now. Because 10 years to come, they are saying by the year 2050, you're going to be 90 million people. Today, you're about 44, 45 million people. these people, where are they going to stay?
Tell us about the disparities. Where's some of the places where it costs the most to buy land and where it's affordable, especially for young people who are very keen on putting their money into investing in land?
Of course, the most expensive areas is where the towns are. For example, Nairobi, you go to Upper Hill, the land is in millions. You are talking about 450, half a billion for an acre of land because it's proximity to the city. But if you go to what I call the bedroom of Nairobi, Machakos, Kajiado, Naivasha, you find that the properties are relatively affordable. And we encourage young people that since George Wachiuri cannot afford Upper Hill, and my colleague cannot afford Upper Hill, let's go to the third circle, whereby we buy properties there, and then we wait for development to come. And for us, like the company I work for, we don't wait for development to come. We develop because we buy a big piece of land, we do the water, we do the infrastructure, we plant the trees, we do the house designs. By the time the young guy is coming, it's so easy for him to construct two-bedroom house. And even we work with them. We tell them, there's a BOQ, there's a design, and for you to construct two-bedroom house, you require 2 million. So it's happening. That's why that areas like Ruai, areas like Kantafu, areas like Kajiado, Kitengela, is coming up very well. But now, these areas now, they are becoming more expensive. So we are moving further. We are moving further to Kisaju, further to Kajiado, further to Machakos, because let me tell you, the demand for land in Kenya, not only in Kenya, even in Africa. Look at the population in Africa today. We are 1.1 billion right now. By the year 2050, going to hit 2.44 billion people. So they require land either to farm, they require land to do their own houses, they require that land to do warehouses, do commercial real estate. So the time to invest, if you listen to me, either in Kenya or in diaspora, the time to invest in Kenya is now. All
right. So how much does somebody need to earn in order for them to be able to buy a piece of land, whether it is, in some of the hotspots that you're talking about that are outside the city? How much should somebody at least earn to be able to buy some land?
I will give a scenario for what you do with young people and average people. You don't need to earn a lot of money. Even if you're earning 10,000, 15,000, 30,000, you can still be able to invest. There are 3 strategies on how to invest in land. Number 1, you can join a group. What we call group investment. Either in your church, in your mosque, you can get 5 people, 10 people, invest together. But if you're selfish, of course, you'll stay without any properties. Number 2, you can be able to join a circle. Once you join a circle, you are able to save in the circle, and then by the end of the time, you are able to generate some money. The third one is that you can be able to invest as a colleagues. You can be able to invest many people. Could be 20 people, 30 people, buying together. And for us, we have seen it. We have seen a group of 30 women, 24 women coming together and say, this year, we're going to buy only 5 properties. Another 5 years, another 15 properties. So don't stay there because you're earning 50,000 or 10,000 or 20,000. You are saying properties are expensive. It's perception. It's purely perception. You can be able to mobilize resources within your friends. I tell people, if you're phone, you have got friends that cannot be able to partner with you. Delete those contacts. Get people from your phone. Get 5 people come to Optiven, go to other real estate companies, purchase a property. If not that, you can be able to purchase at the concept level. We have seen people building houses, affordable homes. When you buy at the concept, you are able to buy cheaper. We have seen people like Optiven, when we are giving this project, when you are starting, when you are not done the roads, it is so cheap, you find it's 350,000. By the time we do the infrastructure, we do the water, we do the tree planting, we fence and put a gate, the property is now 750, 800, and you can be able to enter at that level. Yes.
So do you encourage young people to get into property as an investment or for their own homes and to build their homes? Which is the wiser of the two?
I'll give you the practical experience, what we have done where I work for, the company I work for. We have seen young people saying, George, we are 3 of us, we want to enter into property business. We wait for about 5 years. By the time I'm 5 years, where I'm working, maybe I could be a clerk today, maybe I'll be a senior person, then I can do my house. There are people who sold properties in the year 2009. This is the time they're now constructing. So you can either put it as an investment or you can buy today, having a vision of building your own home tomorrow. However, there's another group of people who say, George, I want to buy like 10 properties. The time I want to construct, I will sell 5 to my friends and then develop maybe 1 or 2. And both these scenarios are happening. However, for young guys, I have seen a lot of them, especially the middle class. They are saying, George, I want to buy this property as an investment. You know why? When you buy that property there, in Kantafu or in Kajiado or in Naivasha, you don't have to pay anything. You don't have to pay maintenance. There's no repairs. The land is there. And as the population increases, as the country develops the infrastructure, the property is going up. The other day, I was telling somebody that when we started real estate, Upper Hill was 60 million. We were saying, hey, 60 million is a lot of money. Today, it's half a billion. When we started the Kitengela project, A property in Kitengela town was barely 130,000. And people say, hey, that's a lot of money. Today, the same property, 50 by 100, near Equity Bank, those plots there is 25 million. So, and people who say that properties are going to go down, that's an idea cannot happen. The property will never go down. Because even if you're talking of cities, look at our Nairobi city. I went to Istanbul the other day to see in Turkey. The city is big. It's 18 million people. The city is 184 kilometers in length, 17 kilometers in width. Our Nairobi is a dot. So that means Nairobi 20 years to come going to be a big commercial city. And what happens to the counties? They are going to be the next big cities. So if you are there, you are saying, I'm waiting for the property bubble to come so that I buy. That's a dream. It will never come.
Let's talk about trust issues in buying land. There's a lot of dishonesty as well. A lot of people have fallen into either land companies that are dishonest or agents that are dishonest. What are the red flags? How do you know that this is legitimate property to buy?
One of the things that I advise people when they buy properties, first of all, visit the site. Like the site. If you don't like it, please don't buy. Once you like the site, ask Optiven or the seller or the individuals who are selling, give me a copy of the title deed. Look at the copy of the title deed. Ask for them an ID. If you are buying from a company, get registration for the company. If you want to confirm, go to Sharia House, get CR12 to see who are the directors for Optiven. Once you are comfortable with the owners, you are comfortable with the property, do a search. Don't do a search yourself. Identify a good lawyer to do a search for you. And that's why I failed myself. I never identified a good lawyer. So I did a search for myself, and of course I lost a lot of money. So I tell people, identify a good lawyer. Once you do that, you are happy. Now go to negotiations. Negotiate the property. Don't just say yes because somebody is selling a property at 20 million. Negotiate, or 2 million. Negotiate. Once you negotiate, you now ask your lawyer to draft a beautiful, nice agreement that caters for you, also caters for the both parties. And then look at the terms. How are you paying? Is it cash? Is it installment? Is it by bank financing? Once you are happy with that, give the lawyer the job to register. And if you are paying the money, pay the wakili. Once the wakili has the money, he ensures that the buyer is secure. Once you are secure, now the lawyer will take up the next process of due diligence, ensuring that the transfers are done, registration is done, and once you finalize and pay the property, you want now to build. Of course, you have to go now the next step on getting approvals for construction. Yes.
And of course, that's a topic that we must call you back to discuss. That's the construction of affordable houses specifically. Thank you so much, George Wachiuri, the CEO of Optiven, a real estate company, talking to us more about investing in land. We'll be back with the Business Center in a moment.